Hey, Emma, is it okay to talk to you right now? Because I just don't know what to do and I think I need your help, as this might be a serious situation.
Hey, Ryan, what's wrong?
Well, actually, it's about my mother.
Your mother? Is there anything wrong with her?
It seems she has some debt and she needs our support.
Really? She's in debt? I can't believe that. And how much did she actually borrow?
She said it's about $20,000 to $30,000.
Wow, $20,000 to $30,000? But doesn't she know the exact amount?
I haven't heard about the actual details, but it seems to be around that amount.
I can't believe her debt is that big. But why did she have to borrow so much money? What did she actually use it for?
She said that she used it up for buying merchandise and going to concerts of her favorite idol and gambling at slots. You know that my mother has always liked idols.
No, that can't be true. Because even hearing that, it's still hard to believe that she'll go that far. I know she does like idols, but I did notice that she wasn't quite the type of fan that puts that much money into things. From what I've known, your mother was basically always frugal and seemed to be controlling herself when it comes to spending money. It's not like she was always buying those idol merchandise recklessly.
Well, now it seems that she's just enjoying the pleasure of buying that merchandise more than ever. And she tends to spend so much money, especially on live concerts. She even spends a few $1,000s for just one concert, paying for the hotel and airline flight fees when she has to travel, going around tours.
Oh, really? What's happened to her?
Honestly, I don't really know either. Maybe she's starting to go senile.
Oh, do you really think so? Because she looked fine when we met her last time during the summer holidays.
Maybe she's just feeling lonely living by herself. She may be using up her money buying things to take her mind off being lonely.
But do you think she'll go that far to do so? How is she currently managing living her life financially?
It seems that she only eats bean sprouts since she has no money.
Wow, that's pretty horrible. But doesn't she have any savings left?
This may sound so miserable, but she said she used all of it up. But honestly, she didn't really have that much savings in the first place, though.
Well, I guess we should be a bit worried about that. Because your mother is living alone. I guess there's no one who can stop her from using so much money.
And so, my mother wanted to ask us a favor. This is really hard for me to say, but she wants us to send her some money. It seems that she doesn't have enough money for living expenses because she's paying back her debt.
What? Why do we have to support her cleaning up her mess? That's not going to do her any good, you know.
Though I do understand what you're saying, don't you know that my mother's life is already a total mess right now? My mother's going through so many tough situations trying to cut down on household expenses. She's only taking a bath once a week to save on the water bills. She even goes to the park close by to go drink water directly from the fountain outside. And as I said, she only eats bean sprouts every day. In this situation, she could barely make ends meet and is living on the edge every day.
Oh, that's horrible. Is she really in such a serious situation?
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm afraid she is. She says she only eats once a day to cut down on food expenses and even drinks lots of water to fill up her appetite. She's really going too far living a life like that, and I'm really getting worried about her.
If she continues to live under this condition, she'll definitely become unhealthy.
Yeah, she's so desperate and is in such a poor situation. Though I understand that she may deserve to live like this for what she's done, but I feel so sorry for her and just want to support her now. So I'm asking if you can possibly help us out. I hope you understand.
All right.
Please, Emma, I beg you. My mother is so sorry for this, and she's saying that she'll never borrow money again. But honestly, you know that it's difficult to help my mother out with just my low salary. So I know this is a pretty miserable thing to say, but can you possibly help us out? Since it is a fact that you do earn more money than I actually do.
All right, I can support her by lending her money this time. How much does she actually need?
I guess about $1,000 should be enough for now. She said that if she had that amount, then she'll be able to live a decent life.
Okay, I'll have that money ready for her.
Oh, thanks, Emma. I really appreciate your support.
Well, you know that I can't just leave her in that kind of situation. Should I just send the money by remittance to your mother's bank account?
No, actually, can you just give the money to me in cash? I'll hand it over directly to Mom when I visit her house.
Are you saying you're going all the way over to your mother's house?
Well, I thought by doing so I could check up on how she's actually doing every once in a while. I want to keep monitoring her so she doesn't spend up all her money. And I want to check up on her current lifestyle as well. Just making sure that she's doing fine since we're the ones sending her money.
Okay, I get your point. That may actually be a good idea.
So can you please give me the money in cash, starting this month?
You're going to your mother's house to give her the money today, right? Will you be coming home late tonight?
No, actually, I will go back home soon, because I already went to visit my mother's house.
Oh, really? How is your mother doing? I guess things should be a lot easier for her now with the money we gave her.
Well, it's about that. I need to discuss this again with you. After already borrowing money from you, this is really hard for me to say, but would it be possible to increase the amount of money we give to Mom? It seems that my mother still doesn't have enough money to pay for her living expenses with the amount she borrowed.
What? Why is that? We're giving her as much as $1,000, you know. If she adds that to the pension she receives regularly, I would assume that should be enough to live and pay for her expenses.
Well, the finance company she borrowed the money from seems to be pretty nasty. So we think it's better for her to pay back her debt as quickly as possible.
Wait, what kind of situation is that?
I don't really know exactly, but it seems that the finance company is taking high interest rates from her as well. So my mother is using most of the money we gave her to pay off her debt first. And because of that, her daily life has not gotten easy at all since she has no money left to spend. She was so skinny and thin when I saw her today, and I'm getting really worried about her health condition.
Well, isn't that service illegal, demanding high interest rates? I assume she won't have to pay for that if she handles this properly with legal action.
Looks like it's a pretty complicated situation, and that company is not the type that will accept any legal action and remain quiet. So the best way to cut off that relationship is to pay back all the debt immediately.
Why did she have to borrow money from such a place? There should have been more other consumer-friendly finance companies.
Actually, one of her idol fan friends introduced her to this finance company. It seems that it's a service where even old women her age can borrow money.
Oh, really? That is such a nasty service, taking advantage of old people's weakness.
I guess we should just focus on returning the debt as soon as possible. Considering my mother's current situation, I assume she would need much more money now. So I was wondering if you could possibly increase the money to double the amount.
Twice the amount? You mean I need to give her $2,000?
She needs that much money to pay off both her debt and living expenses, so I want to increase the amount to help her out through this tough situation.
But aren't you spoiling your mother in that way? Your mother is completely healthy, so why don't you try making her work? It would be better for her to pay her debt with her own money she earned.
You're saying that I should make her work? She's an old lady. I don't want to make her work. Don't you understand how hard it is for someone her age to start working? Oh, you're such a cold-hearted wife.
Well, after going through all of this, I don't think just giving money to her is going to solve anything. If she starts working and earns money on her own, she should understand the importance of money. I'm saying this for the sake of her, and I think that's the best way for her now.
Well, my mother has already worked enough all her life, and even so, you're still trying to make her continue to work at this age?
Well, this is basically her fault, isn't it? So I assume she needs to try to pay back the money on her own to some extent. If you try making her work even at least once a week, I think that will help her build a sense of responsibility.
My mother quit working many years ago. She's not going to be able to find a job.
There should be some kind of job opportunity where even she can work at, as long as she tries to find it. Well, I can't just give her money, as your mother is completely healthy and hasn't even shown me any effort to pay off their debt on her own.
Well, that's for sure. Okay, I guess I'll try to persuade her to start finding a job, but I assume she won't be able to even find a job as she's having a hard time living her own life. So would you be able to lend her $2,000 until she finds a job? You know that she probably won't be able to live through winter if she can't pay the utility costs.
Okay, I got it. I'll increase the amount to $2,000. But remember, I'm only going to continue supporting her until she finds a new job, all right? If we don't put a stop to this will just be endless and eventually will begin to affect our savings as well. So you'd better persuade her to do so.
I know. I'll be sure to tell her. Thanks. I really appreciate your support.
Hi, Emma. Is it okay to talk to you now? Hi, Marie. It's been quite a while since we've talked to each other. How have you been doing? Well, I actually wanted to talk to you about that. I'm really thankful for the money you're lending me, but I've been having a hard time getting through everyday life and I just don't have enough money. So would you possibly be able to increase the amount? What? I'm so sorry to ask you this. But why are you constantly asking for more money from us? We're already paying you $2,000 a month, which I assume should be enough to get through for a while. Honestly, I really wanted to avoid saying this to you, but don't you think you should reconsider how you spend your money? Because I think this is getting out of control, and I believe you should do something about this. And also, would you seriously start finding a job? What? How can that be? Oh, there must be a misunderstanding, because I'm only receiving just $50 a month now. And I'm absolutely not receiving as much as $2,000, so I'm definitely not sure where that's coming from. No way, it should be $2,000. What are you saying? You have to trust me, Emma. I'm actually only receiving $50 a month. That's all I'm getting from Ryan. But I'm handing over as much as $2,000 to Ryan every month to give to you. Where's the rest of the money gone? And I assume Ryan is visiting your home to hand you the money every month, right? Actually, no. My son gives me only $50 a month and says that's all he can give me. And basically, Ryan sends it by remittance through my bank account and doesn't come visit to hand it to me directly. Honestly, $50 is not enough for me to get through my everyday life, so that's why I'm asking if you can possibly increase the amount. What? Is that true? Yes, it's all true. Believe me, I'm not lying. I can even send you a photo of my bank book as well to prove the situation if you need it. Wait, I can't believe this. I'm just so confused about all of this and I can't seem to think properly. I don't know what my son is up to, but can you tell me what Ryan is actually saying to you? He said that since you have debt and you're going through a tough time financially, he asked me to give you $1,000 a month since he doesn't earn enough money to be able to support you. Well, that's what Ryan told me at first. And then a while ago, he started saying that since you borrowed money from a nasty financial company, you wanted to pay back the debt as soon as possible. He told me that he wanted to increase the money up to $2,000 a month. Though I didn't agree with him at first, I agreed to increase the amount up to $2,000 with a promise that I would support you until you actually find a new job. Debt? What is this all about? I have no idea about what you two are talking about, but I certainly have no debt at all. But I must admit that I'm struggling financially and don't have enough money, ever since the inflation and utility costs have increased. Wait, so you're saying that you don't have any debt at all? You have to believe me, I absolutely do not have any debt. But I know this is miserable, but I don't have any savings. Actually, as my son has asked me for money often, and by doing so, I've lost my savings and don't have any money left now. Oh, this is completely my fault to create such a situation and couldn't bring a stop to this. But honestly, I did ask him if he can give me money monthly. What? But that means it's basically Ryan's fault that he's consequently causing you to become poor financially. Well, it's my responsibility that I couldn't refuse when he asked for money from me. I guess I must have spoiled him too much. Well, Ryan was mentioning this as if it was completely your fault, saying you had this debt because you were spending too much money on supporting your favorite idol. Well, that's not true. I haven't been able to spend any money lately. Okay, I think I'm starting to get things straight. Come to think of it, I did think something was strange when Ryan told me all about this. Because I definitely know that you are not the type who just goes around spending money recklessly. I've been noticing that you've actually been very careful when spending money. So I thought his excuse was a bit awkward. But because Ryan sounded so serious, I just had to believe what he was saying. Oh, so that's what was going on. Well, then I wonder where the rest of the money is gone. Well, Ryan should be the only one to have a good explanation for that. Why did he actually need the money? I don't know how he could have used all that money up. But I'll try to confirm the whole situation with him right away. Hi, Ryan. I'm so sorry to ask you this, but would you possibly increase the money you're sending me? Because unfortunately, the current amount you're giving me is simply not enough.
Why? I think we're already sending you enough money now.
Honestly, I don't think you can say that $50 is enough.
No, that should be enough, and you should be grateful to receive any money from us. But do understand that we can't send you more than this amount.
How come you can't send more money? You know that I don't have enough money and can barely make ends meet. You don't care what happens to me?
Oh, please don't be so selfish. It's not like we have so much savings to give you all the money you want. We have our own lives we need to run, so try appreciating the amount you've gotten. Stop taking money from the young, you old woman. That's just why I don't like old people. Once you give them money, they get all carried away and continue to ask for more.
Well, isn't that a horrible thing to say? But as a matter of fact, I need to say the exact same thing right back at you. So who's the one who's actually taking the money? Hey, Ryan, aren't you receiving as much as $2,000 from Emma every month? How are you going to explain that?
What? What do you know about that?
Because I've already discussed and heard everything from Emma. Actually, she's here right next to me at the moment, and she's looking at our conversation watching my smartphone.
She's there next to you? Why?
Because I'm visiting your house right now. So you can't make any further excuses, and you'd better start explaining to me. What exactly is going on? Emma and I are so confused because we realize that there are so many misunderstandings between us. And they're all coming from you, Ryan. I don't remember spending a lot of money. And though I'm a bit tight financially, of course I don't have any debt at all. So explain to me where all that came from.
No, remember, you were definitely spending a lot of money. Like buying things to support your favorite idol?
Don't you know that since I don't have any money lately, I haven't been going to concerts for more than a year? I don't even remember the last time I bought those idol merchandise as well. So I basically don't have any free money to spend on my hobbies now. How can you make such a lie to both of us? And regarding the missing money, what are you using the rest of the money for that Emma gave you?
Hey, Mom, don't try making a lie about this. Seriously, have you possibly gone senile? What are you saying? Because I'm starting to get worried about you. Don't you remember that I've given you $2,000 a month for you to spend and pay back your debt? So I can't understand what you're trying to say. Or perhaps are you trying to ask us for even more money, making that kind of lie to us? I would assume $2,000 is more than enough money for you, so I'm saying we can't increase the amount any further.
Are you making this miserable lie because you know that Emma's watching this conversation right next to me? And you're even trying to use me to justify yourself? Oh, you're so pathetic. Do you think you'll get away with this, making such an obvious lie? Emma definitely knows what you're saying is a complete lie, so there's no point in making further lies.
No, Emma, that's not true. It's not like I was trying to take money by fooling you. You have to believe me. Just give me a chance to call you, and I'll explain everything.
She's saying that she doesn't need you to call, because Emma doesn't want to hear your miserable excuses anymore.
No, but she would probably understand if I explained this situation clearly to her. So please try to listen to what I have to say.
Nope, that's not happening because she definitely does not want to listen to you. She's so fed up with your lies, and I agree that you absolutely have no right to talk to her either after what you've done to both of us. I knew that my son was not reliable at all, but you've gone way past that. I'm so disappointed to have such an ungrateful son. How can you do this to us, fooling both of us and being so irresponsible with money? You're just so miserable and helpless, which makes me even want to cry.
Why did you have to talk to Emma about this? You could have discussed this with me first before talking directly to Emma. That was a really bad decision you made, old lady. And remember, I did actually give you money after all, so you should be grateful for receiving that. So how can you repay my kindness with this kind of attitude?
Look who's talking. Don't you still understand? Whose fault do you think it is that I don't have enough money now? It's because my stupid son continues to come to me asking for money, you know.
Did you just say stupid son?
Of course I'm referring to you. Yeah, I'll even say it out loud and clear until you realize it. I've been trying to tolerate your behavior all this time, feeling sorry that I'm the one who may have spoiled you. But this is it. I've had enough already. Making all these miserable lies and even causing trouble to your wife, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I can't take this from you any longer.
Hey, you need to calm down. Why are you the one getting so angry?
Seriously, how do you think I can calm down in a situation like this? You just betrayed both your mother and wife, you know. You've definitely lost trust from the both of us. And there is no way we can forgive you for what you've done. And for your information, Emma's just decided to divorce you. So I guess you just lost your wife now, too.
What? A divorce? Why does she have to go that far?
Of course she wants to divorce you after doing such a stupid thing. Who can continue a marriage with such an irresponsible husband that makes stupid lies and excuses?
I don't understand, because it's not like I had an affair, so don't get too angry. She's making a big fuss about this, suddenly bringing up a divorce.
Don't you still get it? That's why you're so stupid and ignorant, saying that we're making this such a big deal. You're not taking this seriously at all. There is no point in discussing with you about this any further. Emma's also so disgusted about you. She's saying that she is leaving your house immediately.
What? Stop Emma from doing that! You need to give me a chance to explain this situation to Emma. I'm sure she will understand after she hears my explanation.
Nope, I'm absolutely not stopping her. Because I agree to her decision to go through a divorce as well. You're just too miserable, and she definitely doesn't deserve this. So just give up and let her go. And though I'm your mother, I'm never going to look after you from now on. I'm absolutely not going through this again, so don't try relying on me. You need to start becoming more independent.
Emma, where are you now? You need to reply to me.
What? After all you did to me and your mother, don't even try contacting me.
Finally, you replied. I thought you would never answer me. Where have you gone? Please, come back home. I do understand that you must be so upset about this incident, but are you serious about going through this divorce?
Yes, I'm serious about this divorce, and no matter what you say, I've already made up my mind. I definitely can't continue a marriage with a husband who lies and tries to take money from me like this. I can't stand living with you any longer, and I've made up my mind to divorce you. So I'm finding a lawyer right now. Once I find someone, let's start with the procedures for the divorce.
But wait, I need you to calm down first. I don't think we need to go all the way to hiring a lawyer. Shouldn't we discuss this between ourselves first? You haven't even tried listening to what I have to say.
Well, then you definitely need to start giving me a good explanation. What exactly did you use up all the money for?
Well, that's actually for a lot of reasons. There were some expenses that I needed to pay for at the same time.
Huh? Are you still trying to make a stupid joke to me again? How should I forgive you with an excuse like that? Do you think I'm stupid? Oh, that's it. I'm just fed up with you.
Okay. The truth is that I used up all the money enjoying the nightlife. Like going to girls' bars and going out drinking at night.
What? You went to girls' bars?
Yeah, after my boss once introduced me to those bars, I couldn't stop going there. I've been going there practically every day, so that's how I was spending all the money.
I can't believe your boss is also so worthless as well. Shouldn't he be teaching you about work and not ways to spend the nightlife to team members? Is it because of your boss that you're also completely useless too?
I guess you don't get it. That's just one of the ways we make communication to build a relationship at work.
Don't even say that all employees are doing the same thing like you are. I don't care if you enjoy the nightlife or whatever you do. But is that something you have to do even by fooling me to get money? I really do think you're going out of your mind to do such a thing. And you even took advantage of your mother.
Well, it is a fact that my mother is struggling to make ends meet. And I did give her money after all, right? So she should appreciate us for even receiving $50.
Huh? Are you serious? You still don't seem to understand. Do you even think that her life will be easier with just that amount? Because first of all, it's basically all your fault that your mother is going through tough time financially. If it weren't for you, she would be better off living her own life. How can you be so selfish? You are such an unfilial son. I'm so sorry for your mother from the bottom of my heart to have such a pathetic son.
Hey, that's enough. Watch your words, you're saying too much.
Huh? Well, you should be grateful that this is all I've said so far. I still have so much to say, but it's not worth continuing this stupid conversation with you any longer. So just wait for my lawyer to contact you later.
Hey, Emma, please wait. Let's discuss this again.
So I'm saying, there is not going to be an again, and this is it. What else is left to talk about? My decision to divorce you will not change, no matter what you say. Oh, but if it's regarding the money, then you definitely need to pay me back the full amount that you took from me up until now. And don't forget about the consolation money. Also, you need to send your mother's monthly payments as well on your own from now on.
Huh? That's impossible. I can't do that. You know that I don't earn enough money to support her.
Well, that's not so difficult. All you have to do is just try to work harder to earn more money. It's as simple as that. You're so energetic enough to go to pubs and enjoy the nightlife every night, right? Then why don't you just work extra during those hours if you have that much energy every day? If you try to reduce your sleeping hours, then I assume you'll be able to earn both time and enough money for that.
No way! I'll be too exhausted and my body might break down.
You definitely need to try working that hard for once. Because unfortunately, that's the only way you can make up for all of this.
But I'm too busy at work these days, so I don't have the time and energy to do that now.
As long as you're determined to search for a job, then I'm sure you'll be able to find any job that suits you. You're just whining, trying to find reasons to refuse to work, so just shut your mouth. Don't even try complaining to me until you've taken any action.
But actually, side jobs are prohibited by our company.
All right then. If that's not possible, you don't have to do a side job.
Oh, that means you're gonna forgive me?
What? Are you stupid? I'm never going to be able to forgive you. If you don't want to work, then I guess you'll have to borrow money from a financial company and return money to me. That's the only way left.
Huh? Are you saying that I have to borrow money and be in debt?
Of course you can do that, and basically I think you have no choice. With both the money you took from me and the monthly payments to your mother, you can have all those paid through your debt.
No, wait, please, anything but that. Can't you just deal with this just between us and wait until I pay back the money to you little by little? If I have debt, then things are gonna be really tough for me. Don't make me go through this because I'll barely be able to live and make ends meet from now on.
Well, honestly, I don't care what happens to you as long as you pay all the money back to us. If you're going to hold a grudge, then you should blame yourself for betraying your important family members. You must have enjoyed some pleasure with the money you had for a while, but as you actually fooled people to get that money, I definitely think that you'll continue to suffer from money and pay back for what you've done in the future. And you definitely deserve this punishment. After that, my mother-in-law and I made my husband borrow money from a financial company, although my husband wasn't willing to do so. We made him pay back the money he used up and the amount he pestered his mother to give him in the past. And eventually, I was able to divorce my husband under the circumstances of receiving no shares of the distribution of property in place of receiving the consolation money. With all that misery happening to him, my husband became penniless and finally moved out of our house that we lived in. Under that situation, my husband probably had no choice but to move back into his parents' house, as there was no other place left for him to go. My mother-in-law is currently living with my husband, as she's saying that it's her responsibility to supervise him until he can be completely independent. And she still blames herself about how she let her son be so selfish in the past and accepted him to live with her, feeling that it's the least she can do now to support him. But this time, she was determined to never spoil him like she did before and is demanding him to put money into the house every month. Of course, since my husband has to pay back his debt, he basically has no free money to spend for himself, which should be pretty tough for him. My husband, who used to enjoy the nightlife every night, now just continues to work hard every day, being in poor spirits with no motivation for the future. But it's good to know that my mother-in-law's life has gotten much better than before now that she's actually receiving money from her son and should be living a decent life. Since she had suffered so much due to her stupid son, I do really hope that things will go well for her and she can live an easier life moving forward. Although we went through so much due to this incident, I do wish that my husband will finally realize and be sorry for what he's done and change his attitude once and for all. Thank you for watching Peep Talk videos. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to leave any comments. Please visit us again to check the next video.